बोलिए सद्गुरु महाराज की जय, सच्चे दरबार की जय. Thank you everyone for connecting with us today for this discourse. Let me ask you this. When something good happens in your life, say you receive a promotion or you get engaged or you receive some good news of a loved one coming to visit, what do you do in those situations? Maybe get excited, dance in joy, tell everyone the good news. But on the contrary, what do you do when you receive some bad news? You didn't get the promotion you were looking for, or you end up with an illness, or the loved ones who were going to come cancel their trip. What do you do in those situations? And maybe some of us turn to God and ask the question, why? Why is this happening to me? What have I done? I've never wronged anyone. I don't deserve this. But I want you to stop for a moment today and think about a situation in the past that you thought was bad. Any situation, take a moment and think about something big that you went through in the past. And today, as you sit here, how do you feel about that situation? I'm sure the answer would be that that situation made me who I am today. That situation taught me a lot. You probably didn't think like that when you were in the situation, but now after the fact, you can recognize how much that situation has shaped you. And that is true for every adversity in our life. If you've ever been to boot camp pushes you beyond your limits. You're on a tight schedule, you are given very little to eat, just enough that you need, you're training all day, you're exhausted by the end of the day, but you get very little amount of sleep. It pushes you beyond your limits. It pushes you out of your comfort zone over and over again. And in the situation, people who've been in boot camp training say that you want to quit. You feel like this is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. But those who stick it through come out the other end and say it's made them a stronger person. Every situation we go through, whether it's good or bad, it's always to help us grow, to help our consciousness expand, to help us evolve to a higher realm. A stone, as it's chiseled, it's painful, but then it turns into this beautiful statue. Diamonds are formed after being in the earth under a lot of pressure and high temperatures for many, many years. So every situation, good or bad, if you can hold the attitude that this is here to help me grow, then it changes the way you react to that situation. Lord Ram gives us a beautiful example of this in his life. He was a prince that lived in a massive kingdom, that had the richest clothes to wear, had a variety of food to eat, slept on comfortable mattresses. But he was sent into exile for 14 years. That prince that wore wonderful clothes every day today was wrapped in one piece of cloth. who was used to sleeping on a comfortable bed, now slept on the hard ground, who had all the varieties of food to eat in every meal cooked for him, today found his food in the fruits from the trees in the forest. Those 14 years were filled with very difficult situations. But when he returned to Ayodhya, he left as a prince, but when he returned to Ayodhya, returned to his kingdom, he came back as Lord Ram. This journey exists in each one of our lives. But what do you do in a difficult situation? Do you sit there and complain because you've had a bad day, or you've had a rough week, or a terrible month, or a difficult year? In the book of Jeremiah, the Lord says, I know the plans I have for you, and these are plans to prosper you, not to harm you. So everything we go through in our lives, brothers and sisters, whether it's good or bad, each situation, each adversity, each experience is to help us grow, is to help our consciousness expand. And in order for our consciousness to expand, we need to connect to our soul. We need to know that our true purpose is to return back to that supreme power that we have come from. And if you can keep that attitude, that what am I to learn from this situation, then how you react, how you accept that situation changes completely. When a saint, when a master comes into our lives, awakens our divine eye and connects us to our soul, that eternal technique of brahmgyan, of self-realization, is the step towards expanding our consciousness. Because as the consciousness continues to expand, we get closer and closer to our God-like form. Once, a disciple was complaining to Sri Ashutosh Maharaj about his life. How things were not working out for him, business is not going as needed, relationships at home were rocky. And Sri Ashutosh Maharaj stopped and said to him that I have not given you brahmgyan to sit and complain about the situation in your life. Sit and complain about the sufferings you're going through. But this brahmgyan is to help you grow and evolve from these situations. Help you understand the lessons you are to learn, and to help your consciousness expand and help others expand their consciousness as well. How do we accept and deal with the situations in our life is illustrated with this beautiful story. A farmer had a donkey, and on a daily basis he traveled to the market with his donkey. He cut his crop, loaded it on the donkey, they walked a few miles to the market, sold their crop, and then returned home. And this happened for many years. The donkey was a dear companion to this farmer, had served him well over the years. But one day, as the farmer and the donkey were returning home from the market, the donkey's foot slips and he falls into this ditch on the side of the road. The farmer is thinking to himself, how do I bring this donkey up? How do I save it? And the donkey's wailing and crying continuously. The farmer could not find a solution. Looked here and there. He knew that the donkey weighed a lot more than he could help lift up. So then he made a decision that the donkey is old anyway. So why don't we throw dirt into this ditch and cover it up so that the donkey passes away. He went to town, grabbed a few people, asked for help. With shovels in their hand, they started throwing dirt into the ditch. Up until this time, the donkey was continuously crying and wailing. But after a few shovels of dirt was thrown into the ditch, the donkey stopped crying. And the farmer looked over to see what happened. And he had noticed that every time dirt was thrown into the ditch, the donkey stepped on that dirt to rise a little higher. With every shovel of dirt, the donkey rose higher and higher and eventually walked himself out of that ditch. This simple story teaches us so much. That no matter what life throws at you, use it to help you rise. Use it to help you grow and evolve. Because if we are the children of God, God is not looking to harm us. Just like we expect a lot out of our children. We expect them to be good. We expect them to do better. God expects the same things from us. Expects us to become better and better and eventually become God-like. So brothers and sisters, whatever life throws at you, use it as a stepping stone and rise above, rise higher. Use every situation, good or bad, every experience, every adversity. Use it to help your consciousness grow. And that wisdom of how to use it to help yourself rise above will come through practice of brahmgyan, through daily practice of meditation. Daily practice will sharpen your wisdom and will help you recognize very quickly what it is that you're supposed to learn from this situation, or how a particular situation is going to help you grow. So the next time you're in a difficult situation or you feel like complaining, remind yourself that this situation is here to help me grow. So brothers and sisters, continue to grow through what you go through. On that note, we'll conclude today's discourse. Thank you all for connecting with us today. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, God bless.